Twitch. I'm going to go live on YouTube. So that's my bad. It's my first time using Streamlabs. So I thought I selected both of them, but I must have accidentally unselected YouTube. So that's my fault. Because I was wondering, it's like, I'm only getting Twitch people, but I know that there's folks that watch this on YouTube every week. Let's see. What is this? Oh, I can make things show up. Oh, looky there, huh? ahighernote.com. Is this safe for me to go to, Follow? Lines and spaces. Do you dream of using your singing voice to perform? Ooh, wow. Oh, that that crop job for the woman on the front page is it's a little rough. You're welcome. I didn't realize that I was doing that. So like I could just make networking. I like this. I have a lot of power. I like power. Yeah, the woman on the front page, I just feel bad for her because whoever cropped this image is, oh my gosh, there's so many better ways to do this, guys. Oh, whew. Yeah, okay, cool. It's like it's almost like a manager, but it's like training. It's kind of neat. Yeah, it's neat. Look at the lines and spaces. I mean, are you just talking about how horrible the website is put together? Because it's awful. And I can't click on your link because it just makes the message show up. So I tried to type it in and it didn't work when I typed it in manually. How do I get to lines and spaces? Let me try again. Highernote.com lines dash and dash spaces / Oh, here you go. Oh, I see. All cows eat grass. Grass eat cows all. Always fine. Always fine. Do boys good? Don't use that. If you're trying to memorize music on like staffing, like on the staff, don't use fine does boy good every. What is happening? These are awful. Good boys do fine always. All right. I guess. Good boys deserve fudge always. Dude, I do not like these at all. These are very disturbing. Okay, that's the first one I like. Good burritos don't fall apart. There it is. There it is. Good burritos don't fall apart. That's one I can get behind. If you're just joining, John is not here today. I am here today. I am Clayton. I am the person that most folks, if you open a ticket, you're probably going to see my name on that ticket. I took music classes at Rochester. I don't ever remember doing this. I remember doing this at like in middle school. Did Rochester teach you this? You're not saying Rochester taught you this, are you? Oh, it's the only thing I have to drink. I got to drink this awful Ugh, I just do not like this energy drink. Oh my gosh. It's like elementary school. Okay, I thought you were saying that Rochester had like taught you that. Also, we're eating pickle chips. They're a good 7 out of 10. Like they're decent. I could see how it could be improved upon, but I don't think they're bad. I think that they're actively good, and I'm eating them. Yeah, how to read sheet music. I think that because I remember doing this in middle school, because I've done music stuff so much throughout my life. Like I played alto saxophone, I sing, I could sight read. I honestly never really look at notes and think about what note they are. I just know how to make the sound, if that makes sense. Like if you asked me to sing an A, I couldn't do that. I'm not perfect pitch. But if you handed me a song like of sheet music and said sing this, yeah, that's fine. I need the starting note, otherwise it's going to be way too high. But I can't do things like figure out what key the song is in and all that stuff. So I think that just because I've always been able ever since a young age because of alto saxophone, I've always been able to sight read music that I just never needed this stuff. I also took music classes in college too. And so I just know where A is. I just know where B is. I know, I know where F is. I know where all those things are. So I just don't need the acronym. But excuse me, but there's another good one. Empty garbage before dad flips. Good burritos don't fall apart is my absolute favorite one I see on here, though. For the bass clef line, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good burritos do not fall apart or don't fall apart. Great. Being in chorus helped with reading music. Yeah, because it's all you do, right? Like when you sing a cappella, I guess that it comes down to like context. There's a context to a note for me, like a physical context. So like when I see a note on a sheet of paper and I sing it, all the notes that follow it, I know how to get to those notes based on the context of the first one. I guess maybe like in regular life, I just don't need to. It doesn't matter that it's a B. It doesn't matter if it's an E or an E flat or whatever. It's just a note that I sing. Does that make sense? You passed what injuries? By the grace of God, I passed my injuries. What does this mean? Also, I'm a little blurry, huh? There we go. I think my chips threw off the focus. Paulo's just yelling things. Look at this. I'm in the stream and I don't know the context of what you're saying. I'm really sorry if the show is horrible. I have no idea how to gauge how well this is going. John has such a good flow on this show. Like the hour goes by and I feel like it's been like that, and he's just so good at making it flow. I don't know. I really have no idea. I didn't have to do juries. Oh, juries. Yeah, I did. I read that as injuries because I'm an idiot. Yeah. Yeah, I had to do juries. You're not half bad. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take not half bad. I'm really comfortable in my own stream, like in my own, because I've got a flow there when I'm doing stuff, when I'm playing something. This is just very different for me. Juries weren't terrible. They never really bugged me. Um, maybe because I did them in high school. So it was kind of a normal thing for me. Like high school, we would do juries, and then if you got a 1 out, like which is the best score you could get, um, then you got invited to like state choir or whatever. And so I did that for like 3 years, I think. And so juries in college were just, I don't know, they were just a thing. Didn't bug me. Looks like we may have some new people in the stream. Hello, everybody. You may recognize me as Not John. We're eating pickle chips and drinking a horrible energy drink. And I'm waiting on your questions to see if I know any answers. I'm only drinking because it's the only thing I have available, but it's rough, man. It really is. It's just so bad. So bad. I hate it. Oh, even though it doesn't matter to you guys, my music stopped. And I need my music. I wish that I could put music on the stream. I really do. Maybe there's a way, but I don't know how. What bird dog stuff can we talk about? That is, after all, my job. It's to talk about bird dog stuff. But I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, look, the P110 120 is very exciting to me as a product, just in general. And the new bird UI makes me really happy. I really like the new layout of the bird UI quite a bit. From a support perspective, the reason why I really like the new UI really is because it gives more agency in the hands of the customer without needing to ask a lot of questions. It's just much easier to get information at a glance, which I think is very useful. Some side-by-side comparison shots of the new cameras. So yes, I like that idea, but I don't know how to share media on here. Is it like a share screen kind of a thing? What does this look like if I do this? Dude, yeah, I love this. All right, so if I do this, hey, dude, I like StreamYard a lot. That was so easy. I've never used this and I just did it immediately. That's fantastic. Okay, very exciting. Thank you, StreamYard. Thank you, StreamYard. Yeah, so new cameras. P110, P120. So there's a couple of things about the new camera that from I guess from my perspective, being a sport agent, I like a lot. The first is the LCD on the front of the screen here. It's sort of borrowing from some of our converter line, right? Like the quad with its nice, crisp, like actual display on the front to give you information. I really like that these new cameras have that. Again, I think that any time that we can do better about putting the information front and center for the customer so that anything that they need to know, they can hopefully get to quickly is a wonderful quality of life improvement, right? Usability, approachability, all that stuff is just, it goes so far when something is simple to use. right? I mean, look at the joy I just experienced figuring out how to share a website on Streamlabs, having never done it before. I just used context clues in their UI. So I really like this LCD a lot. And this numbering system, I think, is really slick. I actually wish that I was at my desk at work, but we actually have this little Lego model thing that we got that is it's a model of this camera, and it actually has, you know, a sticker to represent the number on the back. These are interchangeable, which I like a lot. I think that's really nice. This is a super small thing, but one of the first things I noticed when this came into the office, when I plugged in an Ethernet to it, there's actually a sort of a lip above the Ethernet port that makes it easier to reach in and pull it out. Whereas like on the P100, it's just this really, it's just solid, tough metal all the way across. So I thought that was a nice touch. Do they have an equivalent model number to the Bolin, like the BC7 for the P400? Actually, I don't know. You're asking if Bolin has an equivalent product to the P110, P120. From what I have been told, I don't want to speak out of line here, so I don't want to. I don't want to answer that question. I'll throw this up. I don't want to answer that question as if I know the answer. So what I will tell you is, from what I understand, based on what I've been told, this model of camera is ours, right? This is a Bird Dog creation. We're still working with Boland on the base on the baseboard side of things, but as far as I know, this is our product. It's not a Boland product that we've just thrown our chip in. Now, I could be entirely wrong. If you go to Boland's website, they may have a camera that looks exactly like this, and I'm just completely mistaken. But as far as I know, that's what I think it is. I also like how small this thing is. I don't know. I enjoyed the design. It's like a shrunken down P200, and it just makes me happy. Look at that. Look at that sexy number on the back. I don't know if Bird Dog is happy with me saying sexy on stream, but I've done it twice now. Look at the sexy number. That's 3. Oh, yeah. I actually had a customer ask about this. So one thing that is different on the P110 and the P120 is the sensor is different. The new P110 120s have the Sony Exmor R sensor, whereas the P100 has a different one. I would need to look it up, which one it is. But I've actually had customers ask me about this Sony sensor because they were hoping it was on. They used the word pimp on the website. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. But yeah, they were really hoping that this sensor was in the P100 as well. I guess people really like, or that customer in general was asking about the sensor in particular. So more OEM than white label because the butt looks just like the P100. It does. I think it's based on the same baseboard. I think. Pretty sure, but I don't know for a fact if it is. Balu or Brayton, if you're in here, do you guys know if it's? I think it's the same baseboard as the P100. I'm almost positive. John and I have talked about that, but I'm not entirely, not 100%. The new Bird UI. I love it. I do wish that one downside of me doing the show from here, I don't have any Bird Dog products hooked up, so I can't get into any web UIs to like navigate them while I'm on the show today. And Nethab is saying, is there a problem? Did something happen? Now I'm nervous. Did I say something I shouldn't have said? This is another interesting thing. Did I just get banned? Oh. for saying the synonym of posterior. I don't know. That's what you said. I see. So did Twitch ban you for a second? Was that the problem? I thought that I said something that I shouldn't have said, and you're like, can't say that. So, free D is a thing that I'm getting a lot of questions about. Also, Nethab, I can look into that. If you got banned for saying "but," that shouldn't happen. That's ridiculous. It looks like somebody unbanned you though. That's one thing about Streamlabs. I'm not on Twitch. I'm not in the Twitch channel, right? So I'm not seeing any. Oh, wait, blacklisted spam. Hold on. Oh, yeah, no, it was filtering out. It gave you a warning. Weird. I can see all of your previous messages, so that's something. But I'm glad that you're back. Sorry that the word "but" upset the bot. It's very strange. I'm going to be honest. I haven't really had the time to look into it. I still just don't really understand 3D. And it's in a pretty early iteration with our Bird UI. I need to take the time to sit down and figure out the practical use of 3D because I'm getting a lot of questions about it. I'm waiting for us to have some documentation around it. We just don't really have much that we have shared publicly about 3D support. Mostly, I think, because it's still in very early stages, right? But I'm looking forward to figuring out more about it because it seems to be a feature that a lot of customers are excited about. A lot of customers are asking me about it anyway. Oh, yeah, the scopes. So I remember looking at the new scopes in John's office. So in the AV industry, this sounded like it was going to be a very exciting feature for people in the web UI for us to just sort of, not even just web UI, but the update for us to have these features. And so far, I've had good feedback from it. Customers seem to be happy. I love that we call it Mohawk Tally, by the way. That makes me happy. I also love that this tiny little display is OLED. It's just such an overkill thing, but it's also amazing. I love it. 3D is for sending pin and total information to an Unreal Engine so you can green screen a person into VR. Oh, I see. I'm pretty sure we went over that and it's just left my brain because the last like 2 to 3 weeks, I've had no time to really think about anything other than just answering tickets. That's actually really cool. So it integrates directly into Unreal. Yeah. Okay. So you can green screen a person into VR. Dude, that's crazy that we can green screen people into VR. Huh. Now, I know that our 3D functionality is in early stages of development. It's in beta right now. And like I said, we don't really have documentation. But is 3D an established thing outside of Bird Dog? Like, are people using it successfully, or is it still also in its infancy where people are still trying to figure it out? If you know. Oh, yeah. Look at that. See the bump I'm talking about? That bump makes all the difference. All the difference. When you're trying to plug stuff in and take the cables out. Yeah, so I'm really excited about this thing. I think it's great. Oh, I see. So 3D, got it. So is it common in PTZ cameras? And maybe our challenge is getting it to work via NDI, because that's kind of the thing that I was talking to a customer yesterday who didn't have his cameras hooked up to a network, and is having some issues. It's like, yeah, our devices are network devices, right? And so it's not just a cam. It's not just a camera. So I don't know if that's maybe a challenge for us with the 3D space, but it's cool that we have it, that it launched with Bird UI. I like it a lot. I like that it's an option that customers have available to them. I think that's always good. And then actually another, I think is it called Cam Director? There was a program announced, at NAB. It's just a serial data protocol. It's not in the video signal path at all. Oh, okay. Got it. All right. So no, it shouldn't be. It should just, once it's out of beta, hopefully it just works. That'd be great. This software right here is going to be a godsend for so many people. One of the most common questions I get, one of the most common like wish lists that I get is granular level control over things like presets, pan and tilt speeds. Going from preset 1 to preset 2 is a different speed than going from preset 2 to preset 5 or whatever. And this Cam Director, I think, is going to be pretty fantastic. I love the idea of what this is trying to do, and I think that it's going to answer a lot of questions for people that are trying to do some stuff that the native cam control just doesn't do. And so I'm really looking forward to this. I've not been able to mess with it yet. I don't know that it is actually released yet. It might be. I'm not sure. But I love what it is. What it's promising. I think that it looks fantastic. The fact that you can like preset playlists, the fact that you can like choreograph your cameras and stuff, that kind of stuff, it's so cool to me. I love it. The individual PTZ paths, this is the thing that I think, based on what a lot of customers have asked me in the past, this I think is the one that's going to make a lot of people really happy in this program. So, and I also just think it looks really slick. If all of our software moving forward is designed around the Bird UI look, I would love that, because I think the Bird UI just looks spectacular. I think that our teams did a great job of making something functional and beautiful at the same time. And that design philosophy is clearly carried over into the newer software that we are releasing. And I think that that's a good route for us to take. So yeah, Cam Director, I'm really excited about. New cameras. Yeah. I don't know. There are exciting things happening, you know. We got about, 7 more minutes here. 7 more minutes of me eating pickle chips. And Netha, I'm curious if you're still here right now. Have you actually used 3D outside of our products? Have you tried 3D with the new update? Also, I'd be curious to know. John should be back next week. So on Tuesday, you will be seeing his lovely face again instead of mine. So I was supposed to go live on Tuesday. Technical hiccup did not allow for that, unfortunately. But we've almost got it done today. I've come out of this almost unscathed at this point. So makes me happy. I was very nervous today, but I feel like I've had a good time. I hope everybody here's had a good time. You know, it's been a good hour. Easy breezy. Oh gosh. It's just like if I don't drink it, I wasted $3. You know, like, I feel like I have to drink it, but it's also just a complete lack of self-respect if I keep drinking it. So I don't know that I can finish it. Oh, your buddy in Texas was experimenting with it. May fly out there to play with it come September. Cool. It seems like a lot of people are kind of poking and prodding at the 3D stuff, just trying to see, you know, what it looks like, how it might work, how well it works. And again, I haven't had a chance to mess with it because, well, I haven't had a chance to do much outside of ticket work, but that particular feature, I just still don't know enough about. Basically, when you pan the PTZ camera, it pans the world in Unreal Engine. Okay, so it's basically like a it changes the actual point of view. So the camera is basically your eyes. Is that right? So like virtual set. So theoretically, if I have a 3D space inside of a VR, let's just say demo. Let's not even call it a game. Let's just say I have a VR space, right? It's a big room. It's got a bunch of stuff in it. And I'm looking at that space in my VR headset. Through 3D, I can use the camera to adjust what I'm looking at. So like it pans the world through your perspective. Am I understanding that correctly? It sounds disorienting to me, but VR also gives me a headache. I've tried VR a few times. It's always very cool in short bursts, but after about a half an hour to 45 minutes or so, I find that I can't keep doing it. I get sort of nauseous. I get a mild headache, that kind of thing. So I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to figure out the practical application of that. Like, why would you want to pan the world in Unreal Engine? A virtual set, I see. So like if you how I watch these YouTube videos, where like they're on a set, but it's not a set, it's just a really nice green screen image. Yep. So as a person walks in real life, the world behind them moves in sync. Oh, so it looks like they're walking across the surface of Mars. Man, technology is so freaking crazy. The stuff we can do. Huh. Because when I worked at Apple at a mall, there was a Microsoft store. And this was back when they I actually don't remember which product it was, but they had a VR headset. I can't remember which one though. There's too many of them. I want to say it was the Vive, maybe. If that, there were a bunch of sensors, and you stood in this like box, basically. Not box, but just like squared off area. And I remember there was this specific series of like games that you played, basically, but one of them wasn't even a game. One of them had you standing, you loaded in on this boat, and you were underwater. So you were on top of a sunken ship, basically. And you could walk around on the ship. And at one point, I looked over the edge of the boat, and I looked down, and there was a big drop off. And I felt my body reacting as if I were looking down like over a real cliffside. And I like pulled myself back because I felt myself slipping overboard for a second. And I remember in that moment, I was like, VR is a different kind of experience. And this was 2014, 2015 or something like that. So I can't even imagine how much further VR has gotten since then, because I haven't done VR probably 4 years. The context that I probably have for VR is probably so ancient at this point. I'm guessing. So 3D sounds pretty cool for sure. Oh, shoot. It's noon. Hey, small but mighty group today. I don't know if this was worth, I hope it was worth any of your time. I had a good time. I had quite the large shoes to fill. Don't know if they were filled or not, but that's okay because John will be back. It was worth the price of admission. Perfect. I have gone into streams that were not worth the price of admission. So I appreciate that, actually. I had fun, ate some chips. Don't buy this. Don't buy this. Don't buy these. This is terrible. I've had a lot of energy drinks. This is at the bottom. Thanks for nothing. This at the bottom of my list. I'm a very opinionated person about food and beverage and things like that. But I can't imagine people drinking this and being like, "Oh man, if you had a shock before, you just got to try the orange freeze flavor." I just can't imagine that sentence has ever come out of anybody's mouth. So don't buy this. It's absolutely awful. But the Better Made pickle chips are good. Recommended. 2 thumbs up. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to go. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a fun hour for me. Nethab, thanks for chilling and chatting with me this entire time. I appreciate it. I appreciate you always being here. You're here every week. So, yeah. Unless anybody has anything last minute, I'm going to head out. I know that there are customers waiting on responses on tickets. So I definitely want to make sure that I'm helping everybody. Got the rest of the day to do so. So I'm going to head out and go do that. I will take everybody's silence as a tacit agreement that we're good to go. So everybody have a lovely day. I think John normally plays videos and stuff. I don't have those queued up. I'm not John. John, I'm not you. Come back. We need you. The show needs you. Guys, have a wonderful day. And and we will talk to you soon. Thanks for being here.